Hey tribe, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, thank you for whoever has suggested this topic. We're going to be looking at 2023, but I have different questions for all of these piles that I've included in here today. We're going to be looking at your achievements. We're going to be looking at what you are focusing on. We're going to be looking at your soul's focus and what to be aware of or what to watch out for. Pile number 1 is on your left, pile number 3 is on your right. I don't have any objects here today. Please choose using your intuition, not your eyes, or choose number 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to see you in timestamps. Hey group number 1, so I have already laid the cards out so that we can save some time. Now, I've split this reading into sections. Over here we have what to watch out for. That's where your success lies. That's how you're feeling, emotional state. That's what you are focused on. And on your left right here is your soul's focus. That is your blessing. So let's start with that. Blessing / strength. So you have the Ace of Swords. This is the angel deck. It also connects to regular tarot. You have the angel called Umbael, probably have butchered the name of it. We have God above all, names elevated. Affinity and friendship, obtain the friendship of anyone. And it's funny because you have the Three of Cups right here. In 2023, it feels like you are able to make new connections easily, or at least that's what you're focusing on. For people who were very introverted before, they're trying to find a little bit more balance between me closing the doors and closing the world and just staying in the room, or not spending as much time with other people or big groups of people. You are trying to find a bit of a better balance with it, because you're recognizing in 2023 that your power and your success lies in connections. 2023 is the year when you're doing cleansing, literal cleansing. I'm seeing someone reviewing their life, and I'm seeing them saying, okay, let me write everything down, what I'm not really satisfied with, or what feels very heavy in my body, and I'm going to decide how to relieve the tension. For some of you, something has happened in 2022 where it felt very uncomfortable, and it's connected to a relationship. For others of you, this is a job situation. Whatever felt like you cannot handle this anymore, or you kept trying but it didn't work, or your body kept showing you signs that you have to let go of it, you are doing it in 2023. And I'm really feeling that you're doing it in the beginning months of 2023. Your soul's focus, you have the Fool and the Knight of Wands. Your soul's focus, you're going to have urges to move forward. You don't want to look back. You want to feel free and unrestricted. So whatever feels like it ties you down and it doesn't allow you to move forward in 2023 will be cleared out of your way. If it's not cleared out of your way, you're going to get very clear signs that it has to be. If I had to sum up pile number 1, this is literally a year of cleansing what feels heavy. Would it be energetic? Would it be physical? Would it be a job or a situationship, a relationship? You will know what feels heavy watching this reading by now, because the release is happening pretty soon. Your power lies in connections, especially stronger connections with existing people, but also connecting to people that you haven't met before. Someone may, for example, you talk to them, they may hook you up with a new job. They may give you information about something that you really needed. It's going to happen in a way that is very unexpected. As long as you don't shut yourself off of the world, off from the world, you're going to be good in 2023. Just do not hold on to those wands for too long. Whatever this is that's already burdening you for way too long, it's not gonna survive 2023. You may fool yourself that I'm gonna try a little bit longer. I'm gonna give this another chance, even though I gave already 5 chances to this thing or situation. It's not going to withstand the pressure. Okay, because 2023 is the year of cleansing for you. And your soul wants to be free. What do I mean by that? Whatever feels like it's restricting you, where it's not bringing in any lesson or any value to your life, say the lesson was learned already, but you keep dragging it with you, it's going to have to go. Also, in 23, it feels like for a lot of you, this would be a good time for changing locations, changing jobs, especially locations. If you wanted to move or if you wanted to travel, this is the year to do so. To meet new people or to move to a different maybe branch that is further away maybe from where you live now. It's all about locations. I go to that location and I meet new people. I make new friends. I'm open to new experiences. Someone, for example, loves playing golf. I'm talking to people who never tried that before. Say you never tried that before, you start playing golf. This is the best thing. This is your new hobby. Your routine changes and you're very thankful that you cross paths with that person. Make sense? So that's what your 2023 is about. We're not looking back. We're not dragging the past baggage into 2023. So it would be good in pile number 1 if you did a bit of cleansing just before that year starts, even energetically, or maybe sit down, light a candle, do your own ritual that represents cleansing for you, and be open inviting new people into your life. This is a year where you are thriving at your careers or studies. This is the year where a lot of people in pile 1 will want to seek for knowledge, will want to be better at what they're doing, will want to sign up for a course. This is the year where you're really trying to build even a more solid foundation for your future. And it feels like it's a good year to do so, because I'm being brought to the future like 2 years from now even. Whatever changes you're making work-wise in 23, how much time you invest in your knowledge, expertise, or really finding a job that gives you what you deserve is going to be really impactful a couple of years from now. You're going to be really happy that you made those decisions. I keep being shown foundation. 23 is the year where you are working on your stuff. You're probably going to be doing really well in your careers. Be open to changes though. If you're going to be shown that the job that you're in is not the right one for you, and it happens in many different ways, that you get signs, your body then starts giving you signs, your surroundings showing you signs, right? Pay attention. Don't be afraid to change a job. 23 is the year where you are finding what you need and what you deserve, and you are thriving at it. So do not be afraid to be picky. Do not be afraid to ask for more money. And do not be shy about your knowledge, okay? Just give it to them in the interview. Show your competence. And don't sell yourself short. What to watch out for, pile number 1? Let's see. Make sure that you make decisions based on your own intuition and your heart. I'm seeing a situation where someone else's opinion may influence the outcome of a situation, and you may not be happy about it. And you will be beating yourself up. I knew it, I should have listened. So make sure you listen to your inner GPS. Also, for some others of you, If someone wants you to do something for like the fifth time that you don't really want to do and you keep telling them no, and if they don't understand that, sit down and calmly explain to them that they're pushing your boundaries. This is a year where you are listening to your own GPS with a hermit mode, especially for my people pleasers or people who, for example, if you grew up in a family where a lot of things were decided for you and it's difficult right now to make decisions for yourself once you're grown up. This is your year when you're changing that. You are taking charge of your own life. You are taking responsibility and you are the one who's saying, okay, I made that decision myself, so even if I'll fail, this is going to be my failure. This is going to be not someone else's failure on my behalf. One more thing, what to watch out for. Those people who smoke or vape, especially if you feel like you're doing it way too much, this is the year to cut, if you can't quit, to cut off a little bit. Someone is overdoing it, vaping, smoking, weed, whatever that would be, it feels like they're suffocating. And your body will show you signs. Okay, you already probably know this is you, that this needs to be done. You have thought about this, I'm sensing half a year ago at least. And 2023, if you cannot or you do not want to quit, at least try to cut off a little bit. Say 2 cigarettes a day, or if you vape in, I don't know how you're gonna count it, but maybe puffs. Pay attention to that, okay? It would also be good for you to, I don't know why I'm getting this, to have as much fresh air as possible in your bedroom. Some of you already do that. You sleep with an open window or open balcony. But others of you, I feel like you're going to be discovering that. Why this is important? Because what I'm sensing, I'm seeing someone who was sleeping with all doors and windows shut before. One day they leave a window or door open in their bedroom and they go, damn, I slept like a baby. That freshness of the air is really important for you guys in 2023. It highly impacts your energy levels as well as your feeling overall. So some of you will want to spend more time in nature. Others of you will be doing, if you're living in a city, in a flat, hacks and tricks. How can I create a fresh space for myself to sleep in? It could be having some plants, but pay attention to what plants you put in your bedroom. That's important to know what they do. Some of them are not good to have in your bedrooms. Do your own research. One more thing, what to watch out for. Those who are not really good in water, or if you cannot swim, I'd say watch out for tides, because tides can be tricky. I'm not seeing like any tragedies here at all. I'm just seeing someone who is already scared of water or doesn't know how to swim really well, and they get caught up. And they start panicking like, damn, trauma number 2, right? So that's something that you want to avoid, okay? That's something that you want to avoid. Those who are good at it, have your head on your shoulders. I'm not seeing anything tragic here, but I'm seeing like a silly accident that involves water. It could be even someone's kayak flipping or something like that. Nothing drastic though. Nothing drastic. Let's see what else. I keep being brought to circles of people in pile number 1. Share as much as you wish about yourself with other people, because you don't know, not everything obviously, you don't know what's gonna come out of those conversations in 23. And I'm seeing specifically 3 interactions that can alter the outcomes in your life. 23 is also the time, it's a very kind of good vibe here. You focused on work, you are thriving at work, you really want to build stronger foundation than you ever had before. But also you have a well-balanced work life. It's not that you're only stuck at work. You're taking time off to see people that you love and to socialize. Maybe some of you didn't have that balance before. So in 23 it's gonna feel very different because you're like, damn, I can't believe I missed out on that. It's actually very fun. Or I can't believe straight after work I would go and do the same thing every day, Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday. I actually can do something in between that time. A little bit more interesting than my usual routine maybe. I'm seeing people going on holiday in packs. So maybe you're going to book a holiday that is like a spiritual retreat, or you're booking like a big family holiday, or gathering all your friends and going on adventure. It's gonna be a really good time. 2023 is also not the year to get stuck in one place that you don't like. That's a no-no for you in 23. This is the year where you are searching. I'm seeing someone standing in the grass and they're looking around what the landscape has to offer, metaphorically, and where they want to go. Yeah, they have like a little shelter next to them, but they're like, I can build a new shelter somewhere else if I like to. I am capable of building shelter myself, so wherever I go, I will make it home. As long as I know how to work the tools, and as long as I know how the nature works, and I'm one with it, I can build my shelter anywhere that I go. So you're very focused on your environment. Your environment has to feel good to you. And some of you will be changing something drastically environment-wise. Moving a house, country or town. It is very possible, especially if that's something that you already wanted to do for some time. So that is a quick check-in. I'm going to do another reading, I think, in the next couple of months that will be more extensive on 2023. And I hope that was interesting, that was beneficial. Pile number 1. If you need more content, as usual, find me on Patreon, and have a beautiful day. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. So I have laid the cards out to save some time because it takes me a minute. I need to adjust everything according to camera. Let's go, shall we? So these 3 cards from Steampunk Tarot will talk about your successes and achievements, as well as these 2 Steampunk Kipper cards. We have stress and fear and prison and restriction. How you're going to be feeling, what's important feeling-wise from the Triple Goddess Tarot, what to watch out for from Zombie deck up there, and what your soul is going to be urging you to do. On a side with the Super Lunaris deck, you have the King of Cups and the 7 of Cups. Now, your card, your blessings, this is the Angel deck. It also correlates to tarot cards. I'm not going to pronounce the angel's name though, but it's connected to the Fool card. And it says, will and new beginnings assists with difficult and great undertakings. So this is quite a powerful one to get as your blessing, especially since you have stress and fear, prison and restriction as part of your blessing too. Now, this is a year where people in pile number 2 are being faced with their emotions that they were trying to run away from. This is a really good year to tap in, a really good year for those who did not take care of their mental or emotional health, to do so. A lot of you will find yourself having a slightly different routine. I'm seeing people wanting to include maybe either a meditation or a very light exercise, whatever feels meditative to you and allows you to start a day on a good track. People who stopped working out, you probably will want to do that. Anything that helps your physical, mental and emotional well-being here. A lot of you are focused on your heart space. 23 is the year where you are focusing on your heart space. What do I really want? What do I really want to overcome this year? I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that some of you will write down or have written down in your diaries already. 22 may have felt like you maybe were in limbo, or you were doing the same thing again and again. You needed more excitement, I'm seeing here, or a change in your routine or in general in one aspect of your life. This is the year, a lot of you will not like it, where you are learning about patience. How can I be consistent and show up for myself enough so that whatever is being thrown my way, I can cope with it with assertive and calm manner. This is not the year where, for example, your vibe is very different from pile number ones, where you run all over the place and you're trying to do as many things as you can, and you scatter your energy all around. This is the year where you're taking it one step at a time in a very grounded way. And a lot of you are realizing that this is the best approach, because then whatever you do, you find pleasure in it, because you're not rushing, you're not ungrounded, you're not all over the place, you're just taking it slow. I also just received a message. So for some of you, I feel like, this is part of relationship, what I wanted to touch on, of a relationship topic. See, you're finding a deeper relationship with your high priestess, with your own self, with your own higher self. Those who felt disconnected, you are connecting to your core a little bit more. And with that, especially those who felt like you had walls up or you had lack of trust for other people due to your past experiences, this is a year where people learn how to trust and to open up or to be vulnerable again. This is the good year for people to tie the knot. So whoever is in relationship watching this reading right now, I really feel like you are upgrading your relationship in some way. Would it be getting engaged? Would it be getting married? Those who are single, I feel like you are very open and honest with yourself what kind of partnership you want. And a lot of you are meeting that type of partnership that you were asking for. Let me see what else. Make sure in 23 that you take a minute not to only focus, sorry, I'm just gonna adjust the camera slightly, not to only focus on your own garden, your own lawn, but from time to time to lift your head up and see what's going on around you. This is a reference again, what your cards are saying here. Whatever you're doing, don't forget to just look around and see where you're at. Some of you are running like robots. It's the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. You're not sometimes even thinking maybe consciously what you're doing or what needs to be done next or where you're at. And this reminds me of a situation where someone needs to take care of their garden after work. They're like, oh, I need to water the plants. And and they go and they rush doing it. They don't connect to earth, they don't connect to their environment. They just rush, and they're doing it unconsciously. 23 is when you tap into every little thing in a more grounded way. You're like, damn, okay, I don't have to rush. Let me enjoy this moment outside for a minute. I was, for example, in the office for the whole day. Let me just be out there for an hour, not rush, water the garden, lift my head up, say hi to the neighbor, ask how their day was going. Just kind of be more in the moment. That is your year. See, as part of a blessing, you have the Fool card here. Will and new beginnings assist with difficult and great undertakings. This is the year where you're being shown that whatever felt like a prison for you before, that has caused you stress and fear, or whatever restrictions you have encountered, it doesn't have to be a part of your future anymore. It doesn't have to be a part of your today anymore. For some of you, this could be literal. Someone is actually coming out of prison. Someone in your close environment, someone who you dearly love. This card of a prison doesn't have to be connected only to a place. This could be a mental state that someone was in. I was in my own prison in my head. Now, 2023 is a time when I'm taking a minute. I'm not picking up that phone call if I don't want to. If I feel like I need to do some breath work, I'm gonna do breath work. I'm taking it easy. I'm conscious of my surroundings much more. I even make my drive to work more exciting than before. I play maybe my favorite podcast, my favorite song, or my favorite whatever it would be. And everything that I'm doing, whatever I'm spending time on, I'm making it more enjoyable for myself. This is a year where you're finding, I keep hearing it, your way back to your heart. Green color, heart chakra, outside, green. I keep being drawn outside. Another important thing apart from what we talked about, which is having more patience with yourself and coming back to yourself, being conscious of your actions and your environment. What's important in 23 is relationships. You're also looking for that in your existing relationships. Your cards are saying if you're going to meet someone new, if you're not in a relationship right now, if you're going to meet someone new, make sure that you enjoy that. Enjoy the moments of the connection instead of jumping straight into the future. You are stealing that beautiful time from yourself, the beautiful moments from yourself. Okay? Again, we're being drawn back to the same thing that I talked about. Now, what to watch out for with the Zombie Tarot? Let me just see. Okay, if you're gonna be looking for a person who works in a field that has something to do with someone's mind, could be psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, I don't know, a healer, make sure that you connect to them on a soul level. Sorry, the camera is moving without my permission. Let me tighten it a little bit. Make sure that you connect to that person with your heart. You know, sometimes when you go to someone and you're like, yeah, but I just don't feel like I'm at the right place, or I'm with the right person. Do not be afraid to change a doctor, a therapist, okay? If you feel like you need a second opinion, get a second opinion. This reminds me of a story. One of my friends, it happened a couple of years ago. She was looking for a psychologist, and I've asked her, I think 3 weeks passed, how's it going? She's like, she's good, but it feels like something is missing. And that's when we started this conversation. I said, I feel like you need someone who you connect to more. Person can have as much knowledge in their head as they need to, but there also has to be that energetic aspect to them that you can relate to and that they can read your energy. Not to say that a psychologist has to do that as part of work, but you know what I'm talking about. So do not be afraid to try a new person. Okay, try a new doctor, a new therapist. Watch out for people who are very stubborn gatekeepers, because, or if you tend to be one yourself, I'm not seeing that this is going to be beneficial. My way or the highway type of situations will not fly in 2023. One more thing, if you're visible to a public eye, or if you work in a position that is very responsible, I'm seeing a situation where someone does something that they regret later on because it was made public. Or whatever you do that is visible online, I'm seeing, do not jump into something without sleeping on it. For example, you agree to collaborate with someone else. And you go, oh my God, this is exciting. You just met this person, right? You don't know much about them. Sleep on it. See how you feel about this person the next day, or how you feel about this collaboration the next day. It's not to say that someone has to be wrong with that person. It just might not be for you, or the content or work that they're doing, you might not be bouncing off of one another. Or whatever they do on their side that is somehow wrong, seen as wrong, it might touch you too, because you are connected to them, or you are seen in the same post, in the same video, etc., etc. So any visibility it's good, but make sure that you don't jump into something too soon and you think things through. Because I'm seeing a situation that whatever is being put out there online or to public, it's very difficult to remove later on. This could be also a situation where someone sends a nude picture to someone that they don't really know that much about just yet. So you can be dating for like 3 months, but you don't really know that person just yet. Hey guys, I'm back. So we were cut off, which doesn't happen often at all. And remember what I was talking about? We were talking about being cautious online. Being cautious online, as well as, I'd say, tech-wise, app-wise. If you haven't changed your password in the last like 5 or 8 years, if I were you, I would do so. Anything that is in a public space, especially on the web, okay? Or that is easily accessed publicly or can be shared. Let's see what else. Pile number 2. This is the year for you where you are learning how to be more vulnerable for your own good as well as everyone else. You might even receive compliments about how much you have changed. Your interactions with people are changing because your relationship with self is changing. You want to live a peaceful life in your headspace. That's really important for you in 23. And you are seeking for therapy, you're seeking for maybe even gatherings that you feel would be helpful for you, or you are slightly changing your morning routine. This is the year where a lot of people are understanding that Slow and steady is not bad. Because it's a very grounded way of approaching life. Like the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. I know I'm gonna reach my goal regardless, but I'm not scattering myself all over the place. I am staying on course. And the best thing that I can do for myself is to be aware of what is being shown to me in my surroundings, but also not to be easily swayed just to any direction. I trust my gut and I trust my inner guidance, and wherever I'm going is where I need to go. This is also a year, I don't know if I mentioned this or not because we are cut off. I continued talking, I didn't even notice because the phone is a little bit above me. This is a year where people are finding stronger bonds with existing partners or friends. Or if you are single watching this, 23 is a year where you are finding a partner that you connect to on a deeper level. Whoever this person is, they're emotionally available. And I feel like because you have taken the time to acknowledge that in yourself, if you had any walls, if you had trust issues, you looked at it and you're like, okay, I cannot invite a new person if I still have these walls up. I'll push them away, or I will act in a way where it's not me. I'm gonna react from trauma rather than from peace or assertiveness or love. And that's what you're focusing on. And it feels like a lot of you are going to find yourself in new connections, whether it be friendships or romantic relationships. Someone in 2023 makes you feel really grounded. There can be a couple of people though, but it's not to say that they provide it for you. You're already starting to practice that yourself in 23, and you're just seeing more people who are on the same track or trying to seek for the same thing joining your team. And I feel like that's all I'm getting for pile number 2. So I'm gonna do a longer reading in the next couple of months where we're going to look at all other things that I haven't touched on here today. This was like a check-in. And if you need more content, find me on Patreon as usual, and have a beautiful day, evening, wherever you're at. Bye for now. Hello pile 3. So I've saved all of us some time. I laid the cards out and let's go. So here on this side with the Super Lunaris deck, we have what your soul is going to be wanting for you to focus on. You have Judgment and Knight of Swords. These 3 cards right here by Steampunk Tarot, that's your achievements and successes. The Triple Goddess Tarot, these 3 cards here will be talking about how you'll be feeling overall. The Steampunk Kipper deck is also talking about your achievements and success. We have Stress and Fear and Advisor. And those 3 cards by, what is this that called? Zombie Tarot. We have the World, 4 of Hazards, and Page of Wands, talking about what to watch out for or what to avoid for your own highest good. So let's go, shall we? Some people will not like this to start with, but 23 is a year where there's a lot of mystery around it. But at the same time, that's where your power lies. For my psychics, shamans, mediums, this is a really good year for you because you're tapping into the moon's energy. By the way, I haven't spoken about your angel card just yet. But you have the moon from the regular tarot, and you also have the moon from the angel tarot. This ties into the regular tarot deck too. Gabriel, divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. Now you have a moon card right here too. That's where your strengths and achievements are. And that's where your blessings lie too. So This is a really strong year for psychic predictions, pile number 3. This is a really strong year where you'll be able to more easily tap into people's energies if that's part of your job. Because I'm seeing for a lot of you that it is. We have the Queen of Pentacles next to it. Your psychic abilities is something that is making you feel acknowledged and successful. Maybe some of you are thinking about starting your own maybe business in a psychic field. Maybe you're starting to do readings yourself. Some of you, if you are new to this, you might want to go and learn a little bit more. But overall, your feminine energy is where your power lies. The mysticism, the unknown to the naked eye, but it can be felt. You're feeling people. You might be even saying some things to people and you're not even doing a reading, but it comes true. What you say does come true. A lot of old predictions are coming true in 2023, and for some of you have predicted some of the things yourself, and they will be shown to you. You will remember, because these will be major things that you have predicted for yourself. This is not just like a regular, Friday evening reading that you do for yourself just to check in. Something that you maybe even written down in your diary so you remember. It's in the library of your brain. It's happening in 23. Something that you have foreseen happening. So feminine power is a force in 23. For example, if you feel like even in your everyday life, if you feel like you want to take a different route to work, listen to your gut. Okay, as simple as that. You're going to be pretty happy that you're listening to your gut in 23, because it's going to I'm hearing a filter out. It's going to filter out any situations that wouldn't be beneficial for you. You're checking into your inner GPS at all times, and where your soul desire is, you have the Judgment and Knight of Swords. You're going to have quite a lot of aha moments, and some of you will have a couple of spiritual transitions that's not going to be rainbows and unicorns probably, but that's exactly what's strengthening your psychic abilities. But at the same time, it's also strengthening your energy body and your connection to the world. So once you have this tool and you appreciate and recognize when this tool kicks in and starts talking to you, like, hey, I'm seeing a button starting to light up. You go, oh, I need to recognize that. It's trying to tell me something. It's giving me warning signs. So you're appreciating your intuition here, first thing that is coming through. Some of the things that you've said to other people, they will remind you of that. They'll go, remember what you said back in 2022. Or, I don't know, a couple of months ago. It did happen the exact way how you predicted it. This is also the year where a lot of people in pile 3 are focusing on your homes. It's important for you to create a really nice space for yourself wherever you're at. If you haven't decided just yet if you're in the right location, your cards are saying look around in 23. Explore, travel to that location, see if you want to live there. Check out the area. Check out that country if some of you want to move countries. But what's important in 23 is to create a luxurious space for yourself. Now, it doesn't have to cost shitloads of money. It has to give you a feeling of luxury. For example, for some people is aesthetics. For other people is the scents in the house. How does it smell, right? It's your thing that you have that makes you feel really good in your own house? Would it be a really nice set of new sheets or silk pillowcases? It's important in 23 for you to represent that in your spaces wherever you at, because that's gonna correlate to how you feel. And how you feel is how you act. Right? You're making a home wherever you at. It's also a really good year to sort out any issues that you may have had with formalities. Say if you don't understand a letter that you have received, give it to your accountant, give it to your lawyer. If you're about to sign a new contract, half of the times the terminology is very interesting, right? You don't maybe know what you're signing up for completely. So go and ask someone who knows what those terms and conditions mean to you. So it's like it's a year for pile number 3 where we're looking at the important things here and now, but mostly, and I know some of you maybe hate doing that or don't like that, taking care of formalities. What you have postponed doing, but you really know that you gotta do this. Get this out of the way as soon as possible at the beginning of 2023. Well, some of them have deadlines, so make sure that you are not late. Oh, I just noticed you have two, 3 of wands. All right. How are you feeling? It feels like wherever you at in 23, you're craving for newness in your life. And that is why for a lot of you, I think you're gonna want to explore new lands or new places, or to decide which land or town you're gonna live in. Others of you, if you are not convinced still in 23 where you want to be, you are going to take another route of exploration. I'm going to travel a little bit more frequently. If I feel like I am bored, or if I am not motivated, I need a fresh spark or inspiration, and I can't find it in my environment, I'm gonna pack my bags and I'm gonna go explore. I'm gonna go on a hike. It doesn't have to be traveling to a distant country. I'm gonna have a hike. I'm going to maybe go and look at this church around the corner that I always looked at but never actually went in. Is the time of exploration, and it's important to listen to that inner GPS, because your soul is calling you to places in 23. It's gonna be a very subtle nudge, but the nudge that you can recognize. This is my gut feeling. I have to be there. I don't know why. That's gonna take you places exactly where you need to be. And once you get there, I'm seeing a door opening. The door opens to possibilities and opportunities you didn't even prepare yourself for. All you thought you had to do is to get to that place, or to go, for example, to that church, right? And check out the interior of the church. Once you get there, say you meet someone there, or you find a very important symbol, right? So it's like you're following the clues of your inner GPS in 23. By the way, your intuition is going to be alerting you about anything that feels off. So it's going to be really good at picking up any bullshit, or if, say, you're trying to decide to take one of 2 routes back home, and one of them feels really off, but that's the route that you have taken many times before. Say you listen to your gut, next day you wake up, you look at the, news, or check out the phone, and you see an accident on that route that you did not take. So I'm not saying that you are going to be in an accident or anything like that. I'm giving you an example of how signs will show up, or how feedback will be given to you from your surroundings once you're listening to your inner GPS. Let me see what else here. Some of you in 22, even in the years before, I feel like you were waiting for something to come into your life and to make changes, or for someone to come into your life and make changes. In 23, you're realizing that you are steering that wheel yourself. You deciding not to wait around for anyone to fix you or for opportunity to arrive. You understand that you're the one who's going to go out there and do it yourself. By the way, there is going to be support. You take an action in 23. This is a year of action for you. Anything that you were postponing, you were neglecting, or what you promised to yourself, it's gonna be creeping back in again. You're gonna see nudges, like, oh my God, I'm being nudged, for example, to go back to the gym, right? I feel like my body is telling me that. I feel like circumstances or whatever is happening around you. And I know it's good for me, and I feel much better afterwards, but I was trying to avoid it for so long. I was postponing it. Next Monday, next week. So in 23, you are catching up on things that you didn't catch up on before. Say if you didn't have enough time, for example, or enough resources to do some things in 2022, you are deciding to do it in 23. You're very action-based and you're very driven. But make sure that you don't try to escape your feelings by going somewhere else. Because some of you will have to sit with your feelings and really feel it through, allow it to come out of you, or to understand why sometimes you're feeling the way you're feeling. Some of you tend to want to get away from your feelings, or you think that the grass is way greener on the other side. And in some cases it can be, but hear what I'm talking about. I'm seeing someone who wants to drop something, but the finish line is literally 2 steps away. They've been carrying, I'm seeing like they've been carrying a bag of bricks on their shoulders. I don't know for what reason they were doing that, but that's what I'm being shown. And they're like, oh, I'm tired now, I wanna drop it. My intuition says to me that I need to take those couple or more steps. But I'm like, fuck it. In the last minute, you don't listen to your gut. And what you find out, you had only a couple of steps left until the finish line. The finish line is a representation of something that is really important to you. Something that you really wanted to do or to accomplish or to experience. This reminds me of one of those pictures, where there are 2 people. One of them was so close to diamonds. They started walking away and the other one pushed a little bit more. It was like half a meter left. And they were the ones who succeeded. So maybe that's something what you're learning about. Maybe you're learning how to be more consistent in 2023. It's not as much, I don't want to be misunderstood here. It's not about pushing yourself to your limits where it's unhealthy for you. There is one trait that you have that you know that you're struggling with. That in 23, you want to find peace with that shadow part of yourself. Or you want to navigate it better. Yes, for example, I tend to procrastinate. But I recognize it now. So let me try and find a better routine, a better technique, a better way of dealing with this. Let me point it out to myself whatever I'm doing now. Or let me create a schedule. Because you're very focused on your wealth. And also some people are very focused on the way you look. The way you look also represents the way you feel. And I wouldn't be surprised if in 23 a lot of people in pile 3 change their appearance. Would it be something cosmetic wise? Would it be maybe their style? Let me see what else here. One more thing. In 23, I'm seeing you're going to say to someone no couple of times. There's gonna be a suitor, a person who's romantically interested in you. It could be a friendship too, but I'm sensing romantic interest. Who's going to want your attention, but you're going to be like, that's not what I need, or that's not what I'm looking for, or maybe that's not the right time. I'm seeing someone dismissing a couple of people, but it's happening, it's being highlighted because it's happening in a short period of time. And then you go, was that a good decision for me? Is that something that I want? Was I just too much in my head at that time? Did I give this person a chance at all? Do I know them? It's like you want to dive deep and to understand yourself better in relationship aspect. And some of you, I feel like, this is for a couple of you. If you are single, or even if you're in a relationship but you know that it's not for you anymore. In 23, you may realize that the person that you've been seeking for, your heart was seeking for, is literally right there, but you didn't see them before in that way. If you know what I mean. This is someone that you might know already, but you never looked at them in that way. Some of you might have friend-zoned this person. Now, what to watch out for with the zombie deck? I'd say what's important to note for pile 3 is your digestive system. Make sure you do not have too much of what you know your body doesn't agree with. I keep hearing over consuming something. So I don't know what it is. You probably know your own habits. But what to watch out for is to over consume something. Over drink, overeat. Because I'm looking at your digestive system and it feels to be a little bit more sensitive. In 23, it can also be due to your sensitivity because you have the moon card twice. So you becoming more psychic and you becoming naturally more receptive to the environment, and maybe other people's emotions impact you more. Make sure you work on those spiritual boundaries. What's mine, what's not mine? Am I tapping into my emotions? Am I tapping into someone else's? How can I work this through better? Because any emotions that are not worked through, not released, or not looked at, it sits in your stomach, it sits in your gut, right? That's where emotions lie. So your gut will be not only a little bit more sensitive, but the lighter aspect of this is that your gut will be giving you signs what to pay attention to. Your body is going to be speaking to you in 23 more clearly than before. Also, one more thing, not for all of you. If you tend to live on a land in a place that is known for earthquakes or tsunamis, or a very dry land that tends to have yearly fires, if say there is a siren that says, hey guys, there is I don't know, evacuates everyone, and you go, I'm not gonna rush. No, get your bags, get the fuck out of there, okay? That's something that I'm seeing. I'm seeing someone like, let me finish my food, or I don't know, should I pack, should I not? No, just leave. Because I'm seeing someone not paying attention to something that is being said very clearly, and they regret it later. Not to say that there is a fucking catastrophe, you know. I'm just saying it's better to be safe than sorry. Especially when it comes to natural disasters, and especially if you know that you live on a land like this, that this has happened before. There were earthquakes, there were tsunamis, or you live, let's say, in a forest that is really dry and it's prone to catching fires. Okay, that's something to watch out for. But the rest is looking good. Super intuitive tribe in pile number 3, very focused on building yourself up really in 23. You're trying to build yourself up as an individual. You want to be secure financially, but at the same time you want to love what you are doing. And that's really important to you. And that is why some of you will take some time to explore. What is best for me? This route or that route? Since you are quite psychic, I would say grounding is gonna be the best tool in 23. Because see, when it comes to psychic abilities, there is a light side to it and there is a dark side to it that people who don't practice that, they don't know about, right? High sensitivity, downloads, sometimes you have those spiritual awakenings, energetic transitions. It's a lot, right? It's a lot to go through. And make sure whenever you feel like it's starting to happen, turn to your best friend, which is the soil, which is nature. But specifically, I'm being shown barefoot on the ground. So connect to the surface of the earth in whichever way feels most suitable to you, or whichever way feels most grounding to you. Also, 23 is the year when you are making big plans. So make sure you write things down, because I'm seeing some people may have a great idea, but they may forget about it. They're like, I had this idea. Fuck, I didn't write it down. So make sure you write it down, because you're going to also get suggestions or nudges or whispers from your guides or from your ancestors, because you're super connected, okay? So that's what I have for you. I'm gonna do a longer reading in the next couple of months on 23. We're gonna look at all other things I haven't touched on here. We will see. But that's something to look out for if you are not subbed. And if you need more content, as usual, you can find me on Patreon. All the links are down below. Bye for now.